All right, so as I was saying, everybody, I will be discussing a couple of truisms, very important truisms, that will help us in national building and national transformation. The first one is if calumny pervades politics, then society suffers. If our politics is all about political opponents abusing one another, and they leave the issues that matter the most, the issues of national development that matters the most for national development, then society suffers. And that's why we have a lot of suffering in society, because the politicians have left the issues. I don't hear them argue about the best place to build a bridge, or the best way to impact people, or the best way to do poverty alleviation. It's about personality, assault, and affronts. And that's when you know that politics and democracy will not work, when it's not issue based, when it's personality based. Somebody wants to lead the country. He's telling you the reason why he wants to lead the country is because he's been in politics since 1979. No, it's not about that. It's about ideas. So, for Nigeria to transform, we must have politics that is based on issues and not calumny. But the reason why Nigeria is struggling today is because the issues have been put to the back seat, they've been relegated, and calumny becomes the order of the day. Another very important truism: if we do not deinstitutionalize corruption, our society will struggle. The reason why there's a pervasive struggle in society today is because corruption has become institutionalized. You see, it is difficult to fight corruption in this country because it is an institution. It is a thriving institution. No matter how you want to shake yourself away from the truth, that's the reality. Every single person across every value chain. If it was just leadership corruption, it will have been different, but it has become a way of life. And that's why you see an average boy helps you to do something on the street, he's already asking you for money. You send your megad to buy something for you, he keeps the change. That's a level of corruption. So it's become institution. But if we do not institutionalize this by constant reorientation, then society will suffer and constantly be in shackles. If we do not break the chain of corruption, it will break the backbone of our economy. That's what it has done. If we do not break the chain of corruption, it will break the backbone of our economy. Nigeria has made well over $1 trillion in oil receipts and oil revenues since 1909. You'll be shocked. Yeah. Officially, it was said oil was discovered in Oloibiri in 1956. But do you know that way before then, there was oil in the rivers area? And I'm going to go into historical antecedents. As of 1906, there was prospect of oil. That's why the British people used to call rivers, the present river states, then oil rivers. So through hook or crook or corruption, they were taking those oils out before they now finally named where it's Port Harcourt today after Viceroy Harcourt. So since 1909 that this had gone on, before they officially declared in 1956 that they discovered oil, crude oil in Oloibiri, we've made trillions of dollars. But what has happened? What has happened? We have squandered the money, and it has broken the backbone of the country. Our purchasing power parity has dropped over the years. GDP per capita has almost remained the same. In the 70s it was about $1,600, and it's almost $2,000, or nothing more than that. The people have become 10 times poorer over the years because corruption has broken the backbone. Out of that over 1 trillion, I put it to you that well over 700 billion can't be accounted for in corruption. Last administration to this administration, well over 400 billion in oil receipts. And you see what corruption does, it festers and it only grows bigger. I'll give you an instance. 1966 to 67, crude oil was just creating about 18.2% of our national revenue. 18.2%, that was the role crude oil was playing. As at 1999 to 2000, it's taking over 90% of our national revenue because corruption made us forget agriculture and the mainstay of our economy. So the truth is, if you do not fight corruption, it will break the backbone of the nation. And that's what it does. A mindset reset is a function of set principles. I keep asking a lot of us, what is the Nigerian principle? What is the Nigerian creed? What is the Nigerian ideology? A lot of people can't hold strong to what the Nigerian ideology is. And you see, for a mindset reset, there has to be a new set principle of national development. And if we forget this principle, we forget society. Because society cannot grow in tandem with this principle. The reason why America is celebrated today, they had great level of thoughts, the likes of Alexander Hamilton, reiterating what governance should be, what the relationship should be. But we don't have those set principles. And that's why I call for big talk about our constitution. We need to have real, solid conversations about our constitution. When we allow the unessential become essential, our suffering becomes existential. When we allow the unessential become essential, our sufferings become existential. The reason why there's existential suffering, close to 90 million chronically poor people in the country, is because the unessential things are essential. What are the essential things? Provision of infrastructure, ensuring that over 50 million pupils that are out of school in Nigeria go back to school. Those are the essential things. But what happens? We make politicking and a politician dancing on national TV, and a politician abusing fellow politician become the essential things in society. So calumny becomes more essential, and calumny is unessential, and the real essential thing of governance is left. I think it was former New York governor, Mario